This conference will now be
Hi,
recorded.
hello, welcome to the next session on SAP ABAP. Until now, we have discussed about lot of concepts like data dictionary and reports and BDC and object-oriented ABAP and modularization techniques and BAPI, ALI, and IDOCS. Maybe not for your batch and the other batch. And today we are going to discuss about very important concept, and also there is a huge demand in the market. So the concept is workflow, guys. And today's class is the workflow, SAP workflow we are going to discuss. And so we are going to discuss SAP workflow. So it's a big module, guys. So almost we are going to discuss 16 to 20 hours on this class. And SAP workflow and so what exactly the workflow, guys? So in the real time already you have seen that, but maybe you need to that's what you used to do whenever you want to apply for an leave. What you are going to do? So maybe in the school days you have written your leave request on the paper and you are going to send it to the teacher through some person, right? And your teacher is going to see that and they are going to approve it. But normally now we are into the software system. So if you want to apply an leave, maybe I have one web portal. So there I am going to apply for the leave with my employee ID and employee name, and also the dates and which date you are going to apply the leave, and also how many days you are going to apply for the leave. And also there are different kind of leave requests. There is a normal leaves, casual leaves, and there is a sick leave. And also for girls there is a maternity leave, and also for the parents, for the boys they have a paternity leave. So there are different kind of leave requests we are going to have in the companies. And based on the leave request, maybe your payroll process will depends. Maybe if it is in a casual leave and we are going to apply the casual leave, and you are going to allocate, they are going to allocate some casual leaves for you. Per annum you are going to have maybe 20 leaves, the casual leaves, sick leaves maybe 6 leaves, and maternity leaves maybe they will give for 3 months, I think. So 3 months to 6 months, it depends on the company rules. And paternity leave they may give 5 days for your parents. And so based on the number of days you are taking, automatically SAP, once the manager approves your leave request, the leaves will be deducted from your leave balance. So it's all total, it's in a business process. So SAP workflow ensures, SAP workflow ensures one is the right work, okay, right work being sent to the right person. So here the person is manager of an employee, manager of an employee being sent to the right person, and within the right time, within within right time, and also within the right sequence, the right sequence. And uh, right work being sent to the right person within the right time, within the right sequence. And I forgot one more, guys. Workflow ensures five things: uh, right time, right sequence, right work being sent to the right person within the right time, within the right sequence. Yes, I think four only. So this is the workflow, guys. And also it provides, SAP provides business automation, business process automation. In SAP, this concept is it works like a robot, guys. It works like a robot. So you need to there is a workflow engine, so you need to build an engine, so automatically it is going to perform deliver the task. So this is my business process automation, and it's a cross application tool base. This is my workflow definition. So maybe workflow ensures right work being sent to right person and within the right time with right sequence. So this is the workflow definition, exact definition. And in this course, we are going to talk about what exactly the right work, how to design the right work, and who is the right person, and where we can design the right persons. And also, what is the right time? How do you set the times for your task, and how do you set the deadlines for your task, and also the sequence, how we are going to achieve the sequence. These are all the some of the topics which we are going to learn in the workflow and prerequisite if you want to build the workflow. So you need to know, definitely without this you cannot build the workflows. One is the SAP core ABAP and OVO ABAP must, guys. Without the core ABAP and OVO ABAP, you cannot build the workflows. Maybe some concepts in the OVO ABAP and what exactly the class and what is the object, what is the attribute and all. And so maybe so that things we have discussed in the object orientation. Just I will recap. So just I'm going to give the overview on the object where it is, and so object orientation. There is a nice diagram for the object orientation, and okay, in this maybe it's not there. No, it's in a different document. It's in, yeah, it's in a different document. So we need to, okay, leave it. We need to have some concepts. Again, we discuss what exactly the object and all. So you must know this, and also little basic basis idea and base idea, and also business process fundamentals in the business process in SD and MM and HR and FICO. Okay, so this is the prerequisites if you want to build a SAP workflows. So little high dose, guys. Maybe uh, I'm going to explain here. And so how we are going to achieve the right, maybe I will give one example, a real-time industry example for the workflow. So later I am going to take you to the concepts, guys. Maybe what I am going to do is, actually I need to automate my business process in the sales, guys. Maybe always when you want to buy a product, maybe in the portal you are going to go for a quote, guys. So there is an SAP quote which is coming from the, maybe I can say from, if it is an Amazon or maybe Flipkart, okay, or some other portal, you are going to provide a quote from this portal, and from the backend side, and we are going to, maybe you see some kind of flow chart, guys, like this, and here a button, there is an order, and next in the Amazon, if you can see this kind of flow, I think you can see this kind of flow in the Amazon, right? And I have an order, and next one is, so next one is payment, right? And after the payment successfully processed, and you are going to see the delivery tab. So the delivery schedule you are going to see. So this is some kind of workflow only, guys. Backend, this is a workflow only. So you are going to see the status as well. Order here completed, payment completed, and delivery, you will see the delivery with the status delivery. Okay, ready to dispatch is my delivery status. So maybe my status is here, ready to dispatch. This is my, this kind of status you are going to see. And also when you click on the delivery, you are going to get all the details. and who is the courier, and what is the status of the delivery. So where exactly it is, everything the status is tracked over here, guys. In the same way, in the SAP backend, so we are going to automate this business process. How we are going to automate is, whenever the code is created from the front end, if it is SFDC or CRM system, and the code comes to the SAP system, the course comes to the SAP, and in the SAP, and we are going to check all the code details. And so what are the information we are going to check whenever the code comes? So definitely we will check customer, whether this customer is exist in the SAP or not. Okay, if the customer exists, that means he is my existing customer. He is my existing customer. I have a flow chart like this. So I have a check, and in this check, check condition, tell me where is this condition symbol, guys, flow chart. So you see there is a condition symbol. Tell me what is the condition. Yeah, this is my condition symbol. So I am going to perform a check. Okay, the check is, the customer is equal to the existing, or it's a new customer. So if you log into the Amazon first time, and whenever you sign up, you are the new customer. So if you already have a sign up, and when you go with login with your user ID and password, you are an existing user or existing customer. So if it is an existing customer, I don't create the customer. I will go with the process to process the your order. But if you are in a if you are in a new customer, if you are in a new customer, I am going to create a customer master record in the SAP. So I am going to create customer master. Maybe my transaction is XD01. I will call the XD01. I will take the customer details. I will create a customer master. If my if the customer is the existing customer, Control C and Control V, and come here and filter. And if it is a new customer, what I am going to do? Take existing, take or fetch existing customer details. From which table? The customer master details will be stored in which table? KNA1 is the table, guys. I will use the existing master customer details. And if it is not exist, if it is a new customer, I create the customer master details, guys. See, here I am going to combine these two processes into one element. Maybe I do not have much space to show the workflow here. Maybe this is my next page. Okay, so maybe I draw these two process. Maybe I'll, if it is a new customer, I will fetch the details. I will come to the next page, next process. And if it is an existing customer, if it is a new customer, create the customer master, create the customer master, and goes to the next, guys. Goes to the next. Maybe we'll take. Uh, okay, maybe this. So this is my process, guys. So my next process is, I will take the existing customer. If it is a created customer, even the both the details, I am going to join over here, the next page. So what exactly we are going to do? So I will take this customer. So I am going to pick up that customer, and here the next process begins. So this is my customer details. So after this customer, and I am going to check I'm going to create an order. Create the sales order. So create the sales order, and so here I am going to, maybe I can call BAPI to create the sales order, but that's all technical. Create a sales order. This is a business flow I am explaining. Create a sales order. How to create the sales order and all, you know. So we need to use the BAPI underscore sales order underscore create underscore from data, that we need to use to create the sales order. And if the order is successful, and I will go with the next process, Control C and Control V. And if the order is successful, maybe I will check the customer, what kind of customer is. Is in a one-time customer, or is in a my uh, uh, my regular customer, priority customer. So that check I am going to perform. So I am going to perform. So check. After order creation, I will have a check. So I will have a check again, and this check is check customer priority. Okay, see, is Amazon is going to deliver the product, and after they are going to uh, they are going to take the invoice from you, right? So that's a name. I can say it's a one-time customer, and also there are dealers also we have. So whenever you have in a dealership, first they will deliver the products, then after some time, monthly basis, they are going to take the invoices. And also if you are in a postpaid customer, what we are going to do, we are going to use the SIM card, your services from the um, services, and later you are going to pay it. So there is a priority of the customer, guys. So if the sometimes my priority customer, if it is a one-time customer, first we will charge the invoice, we will take the amount, and first we'll go with the invoice process. We'll go with the invoice. If it is a one-time customer, we are going to first do the invoice first. So we will collect the amounts from the customers, and we are going to perform an invoice. Sometimes the customer can be a regular or dealer. Okay, he is a priority customer. If he is a priority customer, what we are going to do, first we deliver the product. We will deliver the product, and later we are going to do the invoice, right? Later we are going to do an invoice. So this process comes like this. So so this is the flow, guys. This is the flow. So if it is a one-time customer, first we will charge, we will take the amount from the customer. Later we are going to deliver it. If it is a priority customer, first we will deliver the product, and later we are going to charge from the customer. And whenever the invoice is created, automatically, whenever the beauty of the SAP is, whenever it creates an invoice, very, very important, guys. So immediately it creates an accounting document. It creates an accounting document, guys. The accounting document is used, accounting document. So this is a perfect integration with the SD. This provides an integration from SD module to the FI module, guys. So whenever you, as soon as the invoice creates, immediately a accounting document will be created. So that goes to the FI module. That goes to the FI module, guys. See, so there is a business process, and are you executing anything here? See, guys, if you design this kind of process with programs, you need to execute everything. But if I want to execute all these steps, all these checks automatically, so the process we are going to use the SAP workflow, guys. So workflow provides the workflow ensures right work. The work here is the, so creating a code in the SAP and checking the order code details, sorry, checking the code details or checking the customer details, whether this is an existing customer, whether it is a new customer, will be automatically checked by your workflow. If it is an existing customer, it takes the existing customer details from KNM table. If the customer does not exist, your workflow is automatically going to create a customer master record in the SAP. And also there is a sequence. See, so the right work is being sent to the right person. The person can be a your system or a user, guys. So the person can be in a system or a user. So there are two ways of executing your task in workflow. Okay, one task can be executed by system and another task sometimes, so your manager has to take some action. Suppose whenever you apply a leave request, your manager will see your request, he is going to perform whether approval or reject. So there a user intervention is required. So that's why I mentioned here the task, the person is here system or user. So whenever the system executes, it's in a by default, but whenever the user executes, it's in a user interactive actions, guys. So that's a right person concept. And right work is the here the leave request is the right work, and sales order is the right work, quote is the right work, checking the customer is the right work, and uh, creating an invoice is a right work, creating a delivery is a right work. And also within the right time, guys, I have applied the leave for tomorrow. If your manager takes action after 3 months, is there any use? No, right? So definitely your manager has to approve your leave request before tomorrow, guys. That's in a time, the right time. So how you can design the right time within the right sequence? So see, guys, it provides the sequence as well. So we are going to learn about these concepts. So what is the right work, what is the right person, what is the right time, how you can set the deadlines to your manager. So take this action. SLAs, deadlines means SLA, the technical term, service level agreements. And what is the SLA we are going to keep the to the managers, and also what exactly the sequence. So how to follow the sequence? Automatically it follows based on your data, based on your checks, the your workflow will depends, guys. That's a name workflow. So right work, workflow ensures right work being sent to the right person within the right time within the right sequence, guys. So now this is the just overview of what exactly the workflow, what we can do with the workflow. It provides the business automation, guys. It works like in a robo, see. So based on the things, it is going to, the sequence will change. Okay, the persons will change, maybe the managers, maybe for there are in a sorry, in the company there may be different kind of maybe I have 4 lakhs employees in my company, and you, for you the manager is different, for another person the manager is different, the another person the manager is different. So automatically it finds the right persons. So how we are going to find out the right persons, that also we are going to see in this course, guys. Okay, very interesting. And next we are going to see what exactly the architecture of workflow, guys. Before we have seen the architecture of the SAP, you know the architecture of SAP, we have three layers or three: presentation layer, application layer, and database layer. And in the same way, so what exactly the SAP workflow architecture, that we are going to see now, guys. And my architecture for the workflow is, I have an ABAP programs. So you should understand this diagram, otherwise you will not understand the workflow, guys. Control C and control V. And we have the business objects or classes. Classes is an object, so both are same almost. Most of the times it's an equivalent. And I have my processing logic. It's my process, business process level. And also I have organization management. Okay, so there are four layers in the SAP workflow architecture. So whenever something, so here my process, whenever the code creates, okay, whenever the code creates, I am going to trigger in a workflow, guys. So how the code will be created, how the code will be created, guys, how the code will be created, how the code will be created. So what is the transaction for the quotation? VA21, I hope, yeah, It's in a create quotation. So whenever I create in a quote, okay, so this is the transaction. So behind, what is there for this transaction? What is the behind? There is a program, guys. So that's why I start from ABAP programs. So my workflow starts from the ABAP program. So whenever the code creates, I am going to start a workflow, guys. I am going to start a workflow. So the ABAP programs will use. So the whenever the code creates, okay. So ABAP programs will use the business objects. ABAP programs will use the business object or class, guys. What exactly the business object we'll see now. So maybe I will go to the next slide. I'm going to explain the business object. You already know what exactly the object. So in the object orientation, you know what exactly the object, right? So same here, guys. So business object. It is a instantiation. It is a instantiation. Spelling, guys. Instantiation of the business object type, guys. So it's an instantiation of the business object type. So what is the object in the object orientation? It is an instantiation of the class. Here also business object is an instantiation of a business object type. So here I will just differentiate. This is like in a class, guys. This is in a class, and business object is an object. That's it. That's the difference. It is an instantiation of the business object type, and business objects are created in the BAPI repository. Business objects are created in the BAPI repository, guys. So whenever you create a business object, in the background one BAPI will be created. Okay, so that's the name business object. And business object, so here definitely if you want to have a business object, you need to create a business object type. So to create the business object type, the transaction is T code to create business object type. The transaction code is SWO1, guys. SWO1. This is a transaction to create a business object type. So what are the parameters of a business object type? So here our architecture. So this is my business object. Same like object orientation. I have a business object, and business object is referenced. It's an instantiation of the. It is an instantiation of a business object type. It's a business object type, and business object contains business object type contains, and one is interface, and it contains next key fields. It contains the key fields. Yes, in class also we have a key fields, and it contains the attributes. It contains the attributes. Yes, class also we have the attributes. Same, guys, attributes. So the prerequisite is, if you want to learn workflow, you should know the object oriented above. And we have methods. We have methods, yes. And also we have the events. We have the events. Okay. So method. You know, right? What exactly the method? So what exactly the method? It's in a function, right? Method is in a function. Create sales order, I have one method. Change sales order, I have one method. Delete sales order, I have one method. And display sales order, I have one method. Get sales order details, that's in a one method. And create deliveries method, change deliveries in a method. And there are a lot of methods we have. So for every method we have different kind of interfacing parameters. So the interfacing parameters are, one is the importing parameters, we have exporting parameters, and importing and exporting and changing, and but here and also exceptions, right? So these are some of the interfacing parameters for a method, guys. This is the overview of the business object. So I have a business object, and which is an instantiation of the business object type, and this is the skeleton. And this object type contains interface and key fields and attributes and methods and events. And so the methods will have the interfacing parameters, guys. So what is the event, guys? What is the event? It's a status of an object. Status is whenever the quote is created is an stated status. Whenever the quote is changed is an status. Whenever the quote is deleted is an status, case. Exactly, the above programs will use the business object events. Whenever the quote is created, and it goes to the, it takes the business object of the quote, and it is going to raise the event. So the event, the created event, will be triggered from the above program. So whenever the above programs, it uses the business objects, it is going to raise an event, guys. It raises the event, and whenever we raise the event, so control C, control V. So here the process means it's in a workflow, guys. Process level means it's in a workflow level. So the event, the associated workflow will be triggered. Whenever it raises event, it starts the workflow engine. It starts the workflow engine. And suppose there is a user interaction is required, and it goes to the organizational management. I said, right, suppose if you want to find out a manager for the particular employee, this workflow integrate with the organizational management. It takes the manager from the organizational management, it is going to deliver the task to the manager, that particular manager, guys. And so the even the request comes like this as well. So sorry, both the sides I can say, it, it integrates with the organizational manager management. It gives the manager id back to the process level, guys. And also suppose there is a work which I need to perform, maybe. So I would like to create a sales order. How do you create a sales order? Definitely the functionality must exist in the business object. So process level, I have a business object. Maybe I need to save some data from the workflow. I need to trigger a dml operation from the workflow. So the business object, I am going to save the by using business object or class, I am going to save the data in the, by using above programs, I'm going to save the data back to the database, guys. So here we have four level architecture, guys. Four level architectures, four levels. We have above programs. So the above programs are used to raise the events. We are going to raise the events by using above programs. Raise events. So whenever you raise the event, corresponding workflow will be triggered. So whatever the we are going to assign the workflows, so that workflow will be triggered. That workflow will be triggered, guys. And this is my workflow, which is in the process level. That will be triggered, started. So the workflow will be started, guys. So here the key is the business object and classes, guys. So if you want to work with workflows, we need to design the business object and classes. And business object will provide the interface between the workflows to the above programs. That's a business object type. So business object type provides the integration between business object provides the integration between ABAP programs to ABAP programs to workflows. So that's exactly the business object type. Here you can see by seeing this picture. So ABAP programs, whenever you raise an event, the corresponding workflow will be executed. So here the business object. So the events will be available in the business object, guys. So the events which you are going to raise, the events are available in the business object. And then suppose if you want to create a sales order from the workflow. So I am going to use the method of the business object method create order, and that order is going to use some BAPI. That BAPI is going to post the data in the background by using ABAP layer, guys. So that's in a business hub. It provides the integration between the work process level means it's in a workflow, guys. Process level means it's in a workflow. So this provides the integration between the workflow to the ABAP programs. That's exactly in a business object, and we are going to see the how exactly uh, how to create this object in today's class. Control V, and so this is my integration. This is my integration. So whenever you raise an event, it uses the business object and it is going to trigger the workflow. And suppose whenever I want to do some functionality from the workflow, so it calls the business object, workflow calls the business object, and business object use the ABAP programs to update or to read the data from the database, guys. That's a name architectural flow. And whenever there is a person required, so the workflow requests that person details, the manager details from here, organizational management. So the organizational management will give the return back the data to the workflow level, guys. So this is the exactly the architecture of a workflow, guys. In the workflow architecture, we have ABAP programs and business objects and process level, that is in a workflow level, and organizational management level. And here you need to know little HR OM module, guys. That also I am going to explain the HR OM module, organizational management, very important nowadays. In the new S4HANA systems, we use the HR organizational management for all the business scenarios, even sales organizations, distribution channels, divisions, we are going to configure by using this module, guys. That's what the S4HANA provides, the new enterprise structure. So that's also we are going to, even this is helpful for the other SAP scenarios as well. So, but that part I'm covering as part of the workflow scenario. So this is the overview of a workflow. And so here the important is to build the workflows, we need to have a business object knowledge, guys. So maybe today we'll create the basic business object, and we'll go to the business object. The transaction code is the SWO1. SWO1. This is the overview of the name workflow. And next we are going to the practical, what exactly the business object. And the transaction code to create a business object is the SWO1. It's my G. Uh, Maybe I'll start with workflow objects, guys. Workflow. It's my business object. Maybe don't use bus. Bus means it's in a business object. G bus, and it's my EDZ 6. I don't use total EDZ. I will put 6 only. Why? Because so EDZ I cannot have. I am not able to put total. G bus 6, and it's my sales. This is my business object for the sales, right? And go. Huh? Okay, you want in the okay, got it. ECC. I will do that there only. Sorry. Slash n ex, and I will go to the ECC. So SWO1 is the transaction code, not 01, guys. Sometimes you will confuse 01. It's a O1, SWO1, and G bus business object 6 batch sales, and create Click on create, and here you can see object name. Give the same name, guys. Same name, and name, same name, and description. It's in a business object for sales, and program. What program you are going to create? Just to put an a, take the business object. After that you put an a R, guys. R means it's an a program. That's it. And for which module you are creating this business object? And my module is the V. It's my sales. Okay, that's it. And okay. And as usual, it's my EDG6, and save it. And I'm going to create a new transport for the workflows. Transport for workflows. Transport for workflows. And it's my batch 6. Save it. And this is my transport request. And now you can see, guys, business object contains interfaces. See, so business object contains the interface, and which provides the inheritance. Same concept, guys, don't confuse. Here the interface provides an inheritance. Suppose I have a sales. I would like to consume the objects of customer and product. So if you want to consume, if you want to inherit the functionality of the customer, if you want to inherit the functionality of the product, I'm going to use the interfacing concept. So maybe I don't use here. Maybe in the future we see. Next we have key fields, and key fields, and we have attributes, we have attributes, and we have methods, and also we have the events, guys. That's the business object type. It's same like class only, guys. It's only same like class only. So what exactly the key field, guys? What exactly the key field? What is the same, guys? In the object orientation also we have a key field, and normally we will assign the key fields to the constructor. Here also we have a key field. What is the key field? Object orientation. Yeah, it's a it's a unique identity for the business application. Now tell me, what are all the key identities we have? What is the, for the sales, what is the key identity? Sales order number. Perfect. For the delivery number. Invoice number. Employee number. Material is the object. Material number is the key. Customer is the object. Customer number is the key. Vendor is the object. Vendor number is the key. And bank is the object. Bank account number is the key, guys. So can you have the same account number for the multiple peoples? No, it's a unique identity for your business application. That's exactly a key field, guys. So object is nothing but it's a real-time world, guys. So just convert the real-time world, your activities into your business. That's an object, and that's a business object. Next, attributes. So what is an attribute then? It's a property of the object. That's it. It's a property. Simple case. It's a property of the object. Okay. So example. So example. Example. Let's take bank account number. What are the properties of the bank account number? So maybe your bank account number can be a savings bank account or current bank account. That's the one property. And maybe your bank address also. Your account is there in which branch? So that is also branch name of your account. So this, like this, we have in a different kind of properties. Like the same way for the sales order, what are the properties we have for the sales order? If you want to create a sales order, you need to have an order type. You need to have a sales organization. You need to have a distribution channel. You need to have a division. You need to have a customer, and also you need to have a product and the product quantity details. These are all the properties of a business object. That's a name attribute, guys. Next, methods. Method, it's a function of the object. So what function you are doing? Are you going to create the sales order? Are you going to change the sales order? Are you going to create the delivery? Are you going to create the invoice? That's a name. Function of in a object is a method, guys. Next, events. We'll explore more. Just I am defining the things. It's a status of the object. Events is the status of the object. Maybe you know the interface, interface. It provides inheritance of the object. It provides the inheritance of the object. Okay, so these are all the attributes we have. So maybe since it is my sales, I am going to create a key field. So select the key field. Don't use the interface now. So just click on the key field, and here you can see there is a button create it. Do you want to create with data dictionary proposal? No, I don't want to create in a proposal. Maybe my key field is VBELN is my key field, guys. So this is my VBELN. This is my VBELN, and my description is it's an sales order number. And what is the reference table? VBAC is the sales order header table, and field is the VBELN, guys. So this is my key field design of the business object, and save your business object. You see there is a key field which is created for the business object. Next I am going to create an attributes and select the attribute. If you want to create an attribute, place the cursor on the attribute, place the cursor on the attribute and create the uh, attribute and click on no, guys, don't click on s. And my attribute is att underscore auart. This is my order type. This is my order type, guys. So I'm going to create an order type. Control V. It's an a sales order type, and click on the database field, guys. I will explain tomorrow, so maybe we are running out of the time. So select the database field. I will explain what exactly these parameters in tomorrow's class. And I'm going to define VBAC and reference field for the this is AUART, guys. And okay, and also I'm going to create one more attribute fast, and click on the attribute and click on create and click on no, click on create and no, and it's my VKORG, and it's my VKORG, and it's my organization. Sales organization. Select the database field, and the reference table is VBAC table, and reference field is VKORG. Very important data dictionary. We are going to heavily use in all the concepts, guys. Data dictionary is the mandatory, and save it. I have implemented my attributes. Okay, and also I have a method, and maybe I need to get sales orders, get items. That's my method. Maybe I will implement the methods also tomorrow because we are running out of the time. And so click on the program, guys. Whenever you click on the program, automatically it is going to generate a code for you. See, a code is generated automatically. No need to write any code, guys. So save it and come back, and and just after you define your attribute and key fields, just click on the program. It will generate a program for you. So the key field is defined over here, and also there is an a VBAC also structure also defined. Also there is an include program which is given by SAP. Very important. And tomorrow we are going to discuss even macros, guys. So I told, I given the assurance that we are going to see the macros in the workflows. Without having macros also, you cannot proceed with the workflow programming. And next concept we are going to see the macros. Without knowing macros, so we cannot build business object, guys. Macros are used heavily used in the workflows. So this is also macros also in a object oriented concept. That also we'll see in the tomorrow's class. Maybe with for this I think I don't think required anything. And just I will go here, and I'm going to release this attribute, guys. So if I want to make use of the object components, definitely the status should be important, guys. So go to the edit, change the release status, and this is my object type component, guys. So this is the business object. These parameters, all these are business object type components. This is object type, these are object type components. See, so this is the object type, this is the business These are all the object type components. That's the technical term. This is the object type. These are all the object type components. See here. So here, so go to the edit, change the release status. I need to go to the first object type component because component is child, object type is parent. So first implement the child things. Set it to the first. By default, it's in a model status, and also we discuss exactly what is model, what is implemented also in the tomorrow's class. It's a big concept, guys. Okay, so set to implemented. Yes, it is set to implemented, and even place the cursor on the vk.org and object type set to implemented and save it. I think, yeah, connection is gone. And